as far as just like, you know, the scenery of everything, I think this would be a really cool place. Play light, because these guys need to really lock in to, you know, the vocals and everything.
Oh, totally.
My name is Vince Lundy, and I'm a filmmaker from Cleveland, Ohio. 26 years old, I turned 26 in a week, so 26 years old. I've been doing this about, I don't know, I picked up my first camera probably around 20, so I've been doing this about almost 6 years. So I've always loved music, and when I kind of picked up a camera, a video camera, I mean, that was the first thing that I was drawn to, was shooting, on my own, was shooting music videos. You know, I reached out to just a couple bands. It was really slow to kind of take off and get started. I did one for my own band too, and it turned out pretty good, but like I started to kind of reach out to some other bands, just really like kind of smaller local bands that, just almost friends that I knew. And it was hard. It was hard to get them, to convince them to even let me shoot their video. I feel like someone always either had a guy already, didn't want to give me a chance. I didn't really have a ton of work to show for it. But yeah, I mean, I always knew I wanted to incorporate, you know, music videos, or anything involving music I wanted to be a part of. So if video was my outlet to do that, and be creative and be a part of kind of that scene, I was into it. I've done bands as small as just, you know, the local band down the road, who were, you know, maybe still just got out of high school and are up and coming in the scene. And then I've worked on like sets as big as, you know, We Came as Romans. I shot the Regenerate music video with Nathan Lundquist. The biggest band would definitely be that We Came as Romans on the Regenerate music video. It wasn't I wasn't the official director, but just, you know, I came and I worked with Nathan, and he kind of, you know, it was really cool. It was an awesome collaborative effort with me and Nathan, and he kind of came to me a lot, and he's like, you know, so what are you thinking for this? And I had some different suggestions on a couple of different things. And so that was probably the biggest set and the biggest band I've ever worked on, I've ever worked for. For the most part, I stick with kind of like pop punk kind of stuff, kind of scenes. I like doing metal videos, I like doing pop videos. It's just every video, every genre has a different element to making a video. Like metal, you're obviously just going to get performance scenes are just insane because there's just so much movement. There's so much, I don't know. There's just a lot more going on. They usually sell it on their performance as far as, because there's screaming, there's headbanging, there's jumping, whatever you want to call it. When punk's a little bit more usually laid back, but it all depends. I mean, so I may even like the way I shoot a punk video may make it more like intense. Like I'll use I'll just hold my camera. I'll do handheld or maybe a shoulder rig, and I'll use a lot of camera movement to give it that like really like fast, edgy, like fast edits, fast cut look. It all depends on the song. I mean, like the one I just did where you guys were at with the Titans in Time video, it was just a straight up awesome radio rock song. Nothing like the chorus rocked, the verse was kind of a little bit more mellow. So like I didn't want to do like super shaky handheld movements. You saw I used the steady, the glide cam rig. I just held it, and you know, a little bit more fluid kind of softer movements and fluid shots. So we're going over to this warehouse location. really don't have permission to use it. I called the Cleveland Film Commission on it, and they said this big Chinese conglomerate owns it, and there's really no way to get a hold of these guys. There's no contact information or anything. So she said you probably could go there and just give it, and see, you know, give it a try and see what happens. But you know, she's not definitely not condoning it. So we'll see what happens. Just load it in, and we'll go like kind of around the corner there, and then we'll figure out. Let's load in as fast as possible. Just bring cabs. I don't know if you guys want cabs.
Everything you say, it flows through my veins. Everything I've done, it drives me insane. The words I can never say to show the things I feel in me. You will never see what it is you mean.
When I started out, I mean, I was reaching out to literally, I mean, I would spend hours every day emailing bands. And like I said, I didn't have a huge reel at first, so it was hard to get these bands to want to shoot with me. I mean, I maybe had 1 or 2 music videos to show, and they weren't that great. But now I've had the opportunity to kind of work with some people, some like management companies, some record labels and stuff. So now it's almost, I'm to the point where bands are coming to me, and it's a lot of it's word of mouth. Jan's a good buddy of mine, a good friend of mine. He manages a bunch of bands, and I did a music video. One of the first ones I ever did was for one of the bands under his management, and he really liked it. He really liked me. We worked together well and everything. And then I just reached out to him. I was like, hey man, I know you got a ton of bands you're managing. Like, what do you think about kind of working together, and like I'll be like your go-to video guy? And he's like, dude, that sounds awesome.
What I do is try to score him like gigs, like new music videos or any other like clients and stuff like that. I've known Vince for just over a year. He did a music video for an artist that I represent called The Promise Hero, which is also based in Cleveland. And it was a dual music video. I think it was one of the first ones that he kind of got his foot in the door with. After that, Vince and I did 4 music videos in 5 days with all of my other clients. We were able to kind of get his like portfolio together so we could kind of move farther along and get bigger clients, get more clients, and maybe like charge more per transaction. I've seen Vince go from being able to go ahead and just like shoot on the spot, to creating treatment, to creating video concepts for the artist instead of the artist come to him with them. Vince is always turning it around really quick. He's always a pleasure to work with. He keeps everything very cordial and very friendly and very professional.
I love when bands have like just a real strong vision and something, maybe it's something they really believe in, and they want to get something like, they want to, you know, really make other people kind of relate to this feeling. Once a band books with me, or say, you know, we agree on kind of the budget and the terms and everything and what we want to do, I like to do as much of a collaborative effort as possible. So a lot of bands, you know, sometimes they'll want me to do, me to come up with an idea and me to kind of come up with everything, which I'll do. But I prefer to work with the bands together. I always say, the first thing I do is send me all your ideas, send me music videos you like, give me some reference videos, even movies. A lot of times we reference movies that we like to almost recreate.
Tell me about the sunrise in the city. Tell me about the bright lights, how it all looks so pretty, like whoa. Tell me about the sunrise.
Honestly, I think working for myself and doing my own thing is my favorite part about being a filmmaker. I like being the one with the vision. Of course, like I said, I love working with bands and creating the vision together, but I love being the one that decides kind of what happens. I mean, I love having that vision, and I love when bands ask me, like, you know, I'm the guy they go to. Hey Vince, what are we doing here? What are we doing now? What are you thinking on this? And I always have an answer for it. I always have a quick, I know what I want. I have that vision, and coming back and working on it, and just sitting here at my desk and doing my own thing, being in my own world. That's what keeps me going. That's why I do what I do. Is just yeah, end it there.